Hi, I'm Tealish, and you're watching Coffee and Clix. I hope you enjoy my content, and if you do, you should smash that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. And don't forget to follow the link tree in the description of this video in order to be redirected into my various media outlets like Facebook, Discord, and Patreon. So that's found in the description of this video. You should go check it out. I hope you're enjoying your day, and I hope you enjoy today's episode of Coffee and Clicks. Don't forget, wake up and smell the clicks. Enjoy. Hi, I'm Tealish, and you're watching Coffee and Clicks. We are now doing, we're finishing out our House of X set review. We have done in our last episode we did the commons and the uncommons, and now we are moving on to the rares. And I am joined with Devon Adams from Happy Little Heroclix,
Hi.
and we're going to be working on finishing out the rest of the set on
The
this
rest.
the rest,
Powering through. Yeah.
starting with the rares. So
hmm
um so uh Devon, and by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. Really helps me out. Check out the
That's
link.
that. Yeah. That subscribe button. Smash it. Smash. There you go.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. So let's take a look at let's take a look at the rares. We're gonna look at Iceman.
Mhm.
Iceman is has running shot, pen psi, 18 defense with barrier, toughness, and energy shield deflection. When an opposing character within 6 squares misses Iceman, give that character a frozen limb token. Characters with a frozen limb token modify attack -1. What do you think of Iceman?
I like him. I like all that high attack value for most of his dial. So throwing some perplex onto his defense. He's once he takes a hit, he's kind of iffy with that 17. But the high attack value, he'll be landing his attacks at the very least. So on our rating scale of espresso, americano, cappuccino, latte, herbal tea, for those who watched the first video, I'd put him at americano to cappuccino, depending on what team he's on and if he has team up cards. But I like him. How about you?
Yeah, I would put him at a solid cappuccino. I think he's really good. He's got very good attack values. Yeah, nothing bad to say about him. I think he's a
Yeah,
good piece.
yeah, decent, nice man.
Let's take a look at um,
Rogue.
Rogue. So Rogue is at 90 points, and she's also at 60 points. She has hypersonic. She has super strength, invuln, battle fury. She's
hmm
got that Excalibur mystical protectors trait, which gives her mystics versus range attacks and protected mystics. Um, and she can, take off the gloves and choose an adjacent character and a standard power they can use, and she gets that power and the character's printed range value. Um, I think she's decent. I did put her at a latte. I don't really think she's that special.
Yeah,
She's a lot of points for what you're getting, I think.
yeah. It'll be a fun, iconic pairing with Gambit, just for funsies. But you have to keep in mind when she's stealing powers. Sure, she can take running shot on click one and gain someone's running shot and their range value. She won't be able to use it though because she starts with Battle Fury. So be aware of what you're picking early on. But a decent values. I'd use her with someone who has prob, steal their or take their prob, so she has it when she goes into hypersonic.
Yeah, and then with somebody with prob and range, so that
Yeah,
she
yeah,
has
yeah.
range when she's using hypersonic.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Well, just casual play for a lot of these, but still good. She has like a 60-point value. Either one is fine, just for being able to duplicate standard powers off of people. And then her team up is with Gambit. They can use support, but only on each other. That's it depends on the Gambit, I guess. Is the Horseman of the Apocalypse Gambit just called Gambit?
Um,
I forget. We could look it up, but speed run. We're going for the speed run.
Yeah.
If so, I think that'd be a fun little combo.
So, all right. So take a look at Vulcan.
Hmm.
All right. Vulcan is 140 points or 75 points, and yeah, he's got hypersonic speed. Um, when Vulcan uses it after resolutions, he may make a close attack targeting a character that hasn't been hit this turn. I
Hmm.
mean, that's a whopping power. Um,
Yeah. So either it'll help you in two ways. If you've hit your hypersonic attack, you get a free attack on someone else. If you missed your hypersonic attack, you get a second try.
nice, yeah.
So
And I mean, at 140 points, he's dealing 5 damage with that. So
yeah,
that's potentially
it's
10
pretty good.
damage. And yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
and also at 75 points, it's 4 damage, which is still really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
five alone takes out a good chunk of the low point figures in the set, so he's definitely worth trying out.
all right, let's take a
Especially if
look.
you can take out two characters with a single attack.
Then
There's like a
there's
prime of him.
yes, we're gonna look at the prime right now. Emperor Vulcan. Um, yeah, he's cool. I like him.
Yeah,
175 points. I mean, I don't think he's meta because I don't think too many um one man armies are really meta, but like I think he's very good. I would say very
yeah.
good. He's got the two stop clicks. He
Pulse
has
wave his whole dial. You have to keep that in mind. Not only does it pair with that running shot early, like you just send him out into battle and just pulse wave over and over if you want, if that's what you want to do.
yeah, yeah, he's traded pulse wave. That's insane. That's really good. Um
Yeah,
he's a tough figure to kill. Yeah, I like him.
yeah. He could be
Um
fun.
Prestige. I'm not a big fan of Prestige. I think she's interesting. I don't really like figures that scale upwards and get better towards the end of their dial with their
Yeah,
stats.
me neither.
So
She's really only fun if you're playing a format where you play in reverse. That's all I ever use these type of figures for,
yeah. So
where you
I
start
mean
on your last click or
I
whatever,
mean I, I mean
Bizarro. Or,
if her mind control was better, like if she had improved targeting or something like that,
yeah,
then maybe. But
yeah.
I
Not
would
much
say
to it.
I would say a latte for her.
I agree. All right, here's the storm.
The storm, okay. Um, I mean, I think her team up cards is what's going to make her really good. Um, I
Hmm.
don't really, I don't really love her the way she is. I think she's a lot of points, like most of the Crackle and Revival figures. But she has a team up card that's interesting. Um, the one where it gives everybody dolphin symbol,
Mm.
and it gives if you have
Speed +2.
if you have 4+ characters on the map, which I mean, it seems pretty fun to do that. I mean, if you want to do that, it makes all hindering terrain into water terrain, um,
Yeah,
which eliminates. It's like stealth busting almost, um,
yeah, a little bit.
right?
It could be fun. I think if I were to like consider like what types of Crow and Revival figures there are, Emma Frost is like the defensive one because they'll damage the one damage at a time. Storm is like the offensive one because no, she does more attacks than Emma. She's actually a figure you'd want to have out fighting, and the team ups are meant for attacking anyway. Because the first one we haven't looked at yet, when if you have all the people on the card, when they attack someone, the opposing figure can't have their numbers positively modified up.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And
Could be interesting.
yeah. I mean, and Bishop is on there, and so is Iceman. Who, I mean, you could put on the right. Currently, you could put Iceman on a team for 15 points if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
And if you remember, the Forge team up from the last episode pairs with a Storm, and they both get enhancement for each other. So you could potentially have a Storm with like a 4 or 5 damage, depending on what you want to do. Could be good.
Okay.
It was fun.
Um, Kid Omega. No, sorry, Armor. Armor.
Hmm.
At 45 points. This is another one I'm not a big fan of because
Right.
you just kind of ignore him. You know, like he's got Earthbound.
Yeah.
Why
That's
would
the so
why
this
would you
is
hit him
one
onto a
that
stop click?
yeah. For those who've watched both episodes, we looked at that weird perplex, I forgot her name, but where she damages your figure for 1 damage. This is a figure you could pair with that one uncommon perplexer to get on to click 2, because with this figure, you don't want to be on click 1 ever. Why? There's no point other than even if you have support, it's a 9 attack, so you're never really hitting it. You kind of just want to be on click 2. That's all I can see with this figure. Like anything you'd want to play with it. Because yeah, click 1 is not a good place to be.
Yeah,
If you feel the same or not.
I do. I do. Yeah, I mean, I don't. That yeah, I think you'd probably always want to push him to his
Hmm.
next click, or because you don't want to sit there and just wait for them to hit you. Because
Yeah.
if I'm playing against him, I just ignore him.
Kid
Um,
Omega.
Kid Omega. Kid Omega has mind control and and targets through elevated and characters, and he also targets through hindering because of the mutant CIA trait. He's got a stop click with super senses. So this one I actually like, even though he gets more offensive, kind of in the because he has a pretty good mind control. He has the sidestep
Yeah.
and he's got the shape change.
And
I
willpower.
and willpower. So Kid Omega's pretty good. I think he's
Yeah.
good. I think he would be like a good casual or sealed figure, like most of these. Like
Yeah, I think if you're a fan of like mind control figures, he's pretty fun because usually mind control figures are pretty squishy. They just die instantly. He at least has that stop click and which better values later on that help him out a bit. Try him out.
and let's take a look at Professor X.
Hmm.
So Professor X, say like here's another Krakoan revival character. He has a really good mind control targeting where he can target through anything except for blocking. Um, and and he has that thing where if he chooses a opposing character not on its starting click, um, I mean, this kind of reminds me of the old Mephisto
Yeah.
almost, where like it's kind of like a bargain or something like that. He's making deals with the opponent, and in this case, um, the character's controller may heal that character 1 click. If they do, then until your next turn, the chosen character can't attack. If they don't roll a d6, then and if you roll a 3 through 6, then you get to heal a friendly character from your team. So I don't know. I don't think that's really good enough for.
Yeah. I
I
don't
think
think it's worth the 75
I don't think it's
that
worth the
he's
75.
at.
I think I'd put him in
Yeah.
a latte.
Yeah, same. Maybe if you healed 2 clicks on your friendly character instead, maybe it would be worth it because you still have to roll for it. It seems like a lot of downsides. Um, yeah, that's about it for me anyway. He does Starjammer's keyword, so if you want to play Starjammers,
Oh, he does.
then
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, you'd do okay.
And then
Oh, and Illuminati, but
we have
yeah, that's about
Cardinal.
it.
Cardinal is interesting. Um,
Mm.
I'd make him a cappuccino. Um, if it was me, I don't think he's overly powerful, but I think for 50 points, he does a lot of interesting things. He's got a lot going on
Yeah,
there. So
a whole lot. I'm not sure what my take is. I'm leaving it as cappuccino too, just until someone does something that I can't think of yet.
um, let's take a look at Magneto. So
Mm-hmm.
Magneto is either 150 points, 90 points, or 25 points. He's Krakoan Revival at that 90-point line.
Right.
I think this is a fun piece. He can kind of retaliate on his first
Yeah.
click, no matter what click he's on. He can retaliate on his first click. Um, so um,
Yeah, it's interesting we have a single base like colossal retaliator person at 25.
yeah, yeah. Although I mean, I guess the last Magneto that was retail is also technically standard sized, right? I mean, he's not a
Yeah.
giant, but
Yeah, it was just four bases.
yeah,
He's also an interesting for the revival trait because his defense power starts with Mastermind. So even if they try to take out Magneto first, you can just Mastermind to an X-Man, which will bring them back to life if they die. Then you can just Mastermind to them again later. So
hmm,
you
okay.
could potentially just stay alive as long as you want, as long as you don't run into an outwit or something.
Let's take a
So
look
I
at
put him at like Americano for that. There might be something you could do with him.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say cappuccino. Maybe an americano. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna look with the Greco and
Right.
revival.
I think
Let's
it depends if they do anything to Vulture, maybe.
yeah, yeah. Let's take a look at Karina.
Hmm.
Um, Karina looks good. Um, I mean, she has improved targeting through a lot of different stuff, and she cuts through stop clicks. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean that's always good. She could probably one shot a few characters. If you perplex her up or something.
Yeah, like that. She definitely hurts that Kid Omega we just looked at. So keep that in mind when you're playing your stop click figures now. Watch out for Karina. She has a team up for robot keyword. Oh, they gained the Sentinel keyword. So you could have a Sentinel theme team with the X-Men animated stuff if you want.
Yeah. No, I mean those are good keywords. Robot, Sentinel, X Men. I'd put her at a cappuccino. I think she's good for casual or sealed.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe Americano if but I don't no, I don't think she's Americano,
I don't
but
think there's enough going on.
yeah. Um let's take a look at
Sure.
Hope Summers. Um I don't think she has a lot going on. I'd probably put her as a latte.
Yeah. I'd only really pick her up if you're already playing a Krakoan Revival team just to try her out. That's about it. She has pick a power stuff, but it's nothing that's going to help you too much, and she's kind of squishy,
Yeah.
so gotta watch out for that.
Let's take a look at Proteus. Um He's got the five trait. He's one of the five. He During your next turn, characters deal penetrating damage and modified damage +1 after they
Hmm.
are chosen for the revival trait. Um, he's got a stop click with Mastermind. Um, he's got potential, I think, because he can move things around. All he has to do is perplex something, and then
Yeah,
he can move it one square. So he's almost like Magneto from XDPS that way. Um,
yeah. If he was cheaper, he might see some meta. Just 65 points is a lot for that. But again, it also depends if they change Groot and um, Bavaria,
yeah,
Doom,
Valeria. Yeah,
Valeria. Yeah, Valeria Doom around. It could be fun though. I'll try them. Like a lot of these with the Krakoan, the five trait, like I'd try them out in casual. They're not awful. It's just nothing too crazy or too out there, it seems.
yeah. Um, Hope Summers. Oh no, we just looked at that. Proteus, Chad,
Yeah, yeah.
Chad.
Not
Chad
chode.
at 90 points. He is he targets through blocking and destroys blocking,
Yeah,
which is that's always good. Um, he's one of the Starjammers, and
a good one.
he does cool things with the Starjammers. Yeah, he's very good. He uses enhancement. Friendly characters get damage +2 when he uses enhancement. If they have a Starjammer's keyword, he has 18 defense with defend, which is also really good. And he generates a Kree bystander, and that Kree bystander is basically a tie-up piece. He's got plasticity poison with a 19
Hmm.
defense super senses. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, this is
pretty
a
good.
this
This is a rare. These are like powers I'd expect on a super rare, actually. So if you're playing Starjammers, I think you this guy's on your team no matter what.
yeah. You don't think he's too many points, or
No, you have an 18 defense defend his whole dial. So even unless they like take him down right away, all your Starjammers have an 18 defense or higher, depending on what else is going on. You get a poison bystander for to use as well. And until your opponent can base you, all your enhancement ranged attacks go up by +2 damage. So I think it's pretty good.
mm-hmm.
Nothing meta, of course, unless like we see some kind of crazy Starjammers team up card or something. But a pretty solid casual night team with
Definitely
this guy
solid.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the next one's pretty solid too. Raza,
Mm.
45 points, charge, blades, claws, fangs, 17 defense with super senses, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. And when he evades a close attack after resolutions deal damage to the attacker equal to their printed
Mm.
damage value. And then
That's pretty good.
he also has precision strike and a power, but the power is plus
It's like
two.
the reverse
Yeah, it's like
of
the
the last
reverse
guy.
of the last guy. Um,
So yeah,
yeah,
paired together, you already have a pretty solid two-person team. Then you just throw in whatever other Starjammers you want.
I think that's a solid piece for 45 points too. For 45 points, he's
Yeah,
um, yeah,
Starjammers might actually be a pretty good casual team because you could pair it with a lot of what we've seen so far and do okay. I think Starjammers, you specifically want to make sure you have these two rares though, no matter what.
absolutely. Let's take a look at the super rares now. Super rares, we're up to Gambit.
Hmm.
Gambit, I think, is a cappuccino. Um, he might see some Americano, but I'm not really sure based on his number of point. Well, he does have a 50 point line too. I think I like
Yeah,
his 50 point line better than his 80 point line. The one cool
same.
thing about him is that he can do that free make an attack to target a single non-standard character. So
Yeah.
that works against like retaliators and stuff like that, and any kind of
Yeah. So he'll depend, I think, on if Vulture goes away or not, because like nobody's playing a lot of Retaliators right now because Vulture is around. But if like a Retaliation team comes back, Gambit could do okay by being able to take out at least one for free.
yeah.
On top of, and that's free, so he could do his non-free action targeting another three with his triple lightning bolts or whatever. So you have an okay chance. But yeah, I do like the 50 more than the 80 point, just like you.
And then we have Captain Britain.
Mm.
Um, this Captain Britain, I actually think this could be an Americano, um, based on just the fact that she's cheap leadership at 30 points.
Yeah,
For some pretty good keywords, mystical and martial artist, um, and X Men. Maybe if you need leadership on your team, on like a competitive team or something like that, and you need cheap leadership, she's pretty decent for that. But she also has pretty good powers. Um, Blades, claws, fangs, but once per turn when Captain Britain uses it, you may choose to reduce the D6 roll by 1 or 2 before rolling. If you do, decrease the target's combat values by the same amount until your next
yeah,
turn. That's pretty cool and casual. I mean, if you're planning on mounting a bunch of attacks on one character, you can do that with her and decrease their values. Um,
Right. For casual, you'll see her full point dial. Anything else, the 30 is really good filler for X-Men, I feel. Especially if you can bring her back to life on 30 points. Send her into battle. No one cares if she dies. She'll come back and just keep outwitting.
let's take a look at Jubilee.
Hmm.
Okay, this Jubilee is really interesting. I think she's definitely an Americano or an espresso. Um, I think that because have you seen have they released the map that has the Otherworld name on it yet or
Yeah, it's the reprint of the castle.
oh it's the Castle Otherworld. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so if you're playing on that map, if you win map roll and you're playing on that map, um, you know, this is really good against barrier teams. Um, which they needed because they have a lot of barrier in this set. So also um, we just got Marvella. Marvella is a crazy barrier.
Hmm.
And she's pretty competitive. But if you're playing against a barrier team and you have this Jubilee, um, you know, she has that ability to free remove all non-debris terrain markers within range from the map.
Yep.
Um, so you can take away the barrier and then just go after them. So I think that's a really useful tool. That you know,
Yeah, and some people might be worried that she can only transform on click one, but one thing to keep in mind is if you're playing Krakoan Revival, she could always, you know, go into battle, die, come back later, and then turn 5 has happened, even if you don't win map, and then transform.
yeah.
So yeah, it could be interesting. Cape
Um,
Pride next.
Kate Pride.
All
I also
right.
think she could be meta. She's a Americano for me. Just because she has a lot of support powers. She's a taxi. She moves through character. She's got that kind of like moves through characters, moves through everything. Um, does she have phasing? Yeah, I'm assuming she has phasing. Sidestep stealth,
Yep.
passenger 3. Prob, she produces a bystander that has perplex. Lockheed. Um, Lockheed has energy explosion and perplex. Yeah, I mean, I really like her.
Yeah, she's the sculpt. I think is really cool looking. You get tons of options with Excalibur and all her keywords. She'll be pretty fun to get. That's one of the super rares I'm after anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Um, Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler, I think, is just a cappuccino. I don't think he's anything that special. Um, he does a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
Um,
I think he might be the cheap. So from what I've seen, he may be the cheapest Krakoan revival I've seen.
yeah, I just noticed that. So that's actually pretty good. That's really good then.
Yeah, I think that's what he has going on. Otherwise, unlike other Nightcrawlers we've seen within the past few years, he's not really a main attacker. He's more support role, and he does hand out super senses if he can see the person. So
Yeah.
could be interesting. Yeah, I'm with you at the cappuccino level. It just depends what you can pair him with later on. He does unique things. I like him a lot, and the sculpt looks really good.
Glob Herman.
Yeah,
Glob
I,
Herman.
I don't know who Glob is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who this person is. Robert Herman. I guess it's Bob Herman that changed into Glob Herman.
Right.
That's what I'm guessing. I don't know if I'm correct on that. But he does have the penetrating poison, and he can charge. He can charge and then plasticity. Tie somebody up, charge at them, tie them up, and then if he lives, he can keep poisoning them.
Yeah.
Hopefully if he keeps hitting shape change, he doesn't die right away. Um, yeah, I mean he's good. I I think he's a cappuccino.
Yeah, at that level. You get a lot for 40 points. So if you want to play poison, I think he'll be good for you.
All right, moving on to Cable. Um, Cable's another one I think is just a cappuccino. Um, he has a really cool kind of pseudo pick a power slash outwit where
Hmm.
I mean it's not even an outwit. It's more it's kind of like the chosen character can't use. So it's using that terminology
Yeah.
can't use. So it gets around like cosmic energy team ability. Um, but it's only for attack powers. So but it's still really good, you know.
Yeah. I feel like he has a throwback to some of the Halo figures too. Oop. Sorry, my cat just jumped somewhere. Like the grenade mechanic on his damage power mid dial works sort of like the old Halo ones did, where it was like an interesting little energy explode type effect.
Right. Okay.
Could be fun. Yeah.
Um, and he shoots for characters, so
Yeah.
a lot of these characters are gonna be a lot of these figures are gonna be like sitting behind other figures,
Or in stealth, and he
or in
ignores
stealth.
stealth too, so
Yeah.
he'll be good for that.
Um, Apocalypse. I actually this super rare apocalypse. This is the first apocalypse. This is the super
Yeah.
rare, regular super rare apocalypse. I like him at 75 because he has that trait. And lo, there were four horsemen. Leadership. When Apocalypse uses it after resolutions, you may move a friendly character with the horseman or X-Men keyword up to half the result of the D6 roll. So, I mean, first of all, he's hard to kill. He comes back. He's
Yep.
got kind of like a living legend type of a trait, um, and similar to the living legend trait from Captain America and the Avengers.
Right.
And then he can he can move characters around. Um, at 75 points, he's got the X-Men keyword, so you can put him on an X-Men team. And they're like I thought. Something I said before was in the last episode was that the X-Men keyword is probably gonna is probably on the rise. I mean, obviously because it's an X-Men set. So I think it's good. I think it's I put him. I might even put him in Americano, just because of that trait.
Yeah. They'll be interesting to play around with. Both because we got 3 apocalypses in this set to mess around with too.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Next
Um.
one is like 250 points.
Yeah. What do you think about this Prime? What's your opinion about the Prime?
I think for him, he'll be the go-to if you want to play Apocalypse in a high point game, because then you have access to the 250 dial and 4 horsemen altogether. Otherwise, to get him into 300 points, you have to like really downsize what you're trying to do. There's a um no, is there a way to get a? Oh, he has a 100 point dial with like 4 clicks of life, right? That'd be the only way to get all 4 horsemen and him into 300 points.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he'll be my one I play if I get him in high point games, where you can have
Well,
a
you
full
could do
dial apocalypse and the benefit.
his 150 point dial, and then you could just pick figures that are like 25
Oh,
points.
right, yeah,
Like you could
yeah,
put
that's also true.
like Magneto, or like 25 point Magneto, or like you know
Yeah,
whoever. But I don't know if they
hmm.
really work that well because you want to find figures that have that work well with super strength and poison and exploit
Hmm.
weakness and
You
all
could
the
choose some of the X-Men animated Danger Room robots.
yes.
They're under 50. They won't die too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. That
Um,
could be worth it.
Black Tom.
Oh no.
Yeah,
What a
not a big fan of
unfortunate name.
Black Tom. um, uh, he's okay. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just okay. He's not
Yeah, for one.
he's not the super rare that I'm really after. You know.
Yeah, same here. He's one I opened up. The only thing he has going is that high damage on click one, because he can teleport up to someone and hit them for a lot, but that's all he's really gonna do.
Then we have Juggernaut.
Yep.
I mean, I just had an interview uh, just this past week with Tyler Spees, who designed Juggernaut. Um, I mean, it's a good piece. It's a really good piece.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Powers work really well.
at 175 points, he's good for casual. And at 100 points, I mean, the cool thing about him is that he turns off
Stop. Yep.
stop and leadership and perplex. So, um,
Yeah.
that's pretty dangerous to have that. And it just by him being 4 squares away.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to do an attack or anything. He could just be there, and he turns off stops around him. So that's a
Yeah. He
I think a
chose a good power set for this guy, and then WizKids also gave it a pretty decent point value too. So it'll be one that's played on some teams at least.
yeah. Um,
So
yeah, I'm
I'll
excited.
put it up there like espresso probably. Just stopping stop clicks
Yeah, yeah,
will be big.
espresso or americano or espresso for sure. And I think this is one of the super rares I definitely want to get. And
Yeah.
let's see, Richter. We have Richter.
There's like a quake barrier.
I think this Richter is really good. I mean,
Yeah.
the reason
40
why,
points.
I mean, is that moves through blocking and destroys blocking, or I can't
Well,
really
moves
tell.
through outdoor blocking.
Okay, so he moves through outdoor blocking, so it's almost like a leap climb kind of a.
Yeah.
And then he just, I mean, just knowing how good actual Quake was from Captain America and the Avengers as a common for 65 points.
Yeah.
Um, this guy can basically do the same thing, you know,
Yeah. On
uh,
top of having a free barrier.
on top of having a free barrier that he can put and then make it so that he knocks somebody into it.
Yep.
Not on top of being able to remove a blocking terrain marker, and he's only 40 points. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah. Plenty of good keywords. He's a lot of life. Good attack values. Fits on most teams, and if you play Crow and Revival, it's good to bring him back just so he can keep attacking some more. I put him up there.
Um, Mother, Mother, I would definitely put as an espresso. She's going to be used a lot. She's only 35 points, but she's a title character. She has perplex that she can use twice, and TK, um, sidestep. And then every time she uses her title ability, her +1 title ability, um, free until your next turn. Oh yeah, so she uses that title ability to use her displayed damage power twice, but then she'll take a damage, and then you'll get plot points until you eventually use another title ability, spend those plot points, um,
Mm.
and then you can basically give once she dies, that gives her the ability to Mother's KO effect. This game gains. This game friendly standard characters with the X-Men keyword can use perplex this game. After resolutions, give Mother 2 plot points. So you can give your whole team perplex if you're playing an X-Men theme team. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good
She's
if you're
really
playing
crazy
X-Men.
good. 35 points. Her KO doesn't have too big of a downside, really. You're either gonna your opponent gets to heal one click or damage one click. Just sort of just it's nothing compared to like downsides on old title characters. Like this doesn't feel like a real downside at all. And then you sort of want her to die.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay. D- Are title characters standard characters? You
I
can
do
equip
not think
them.
they could be. I don't. Do not think she could be revived by the Krekone revival trait. If that's what you're thinking,
Yeah,
I don't think she
that's what I
can.
was looking at. Huh. Interesting.
But she's still
Still
good.
really good.
Yeah, she's still really
Yeah.
good.
Will fit on a whole ton of teams.
Um, we have North. North is I would say a fun piece. I mean, very good brick kind of a piece. Um,
Yeah.
like a ranged brick, I guess.
Just about. I mean, I put him as like casual fun just for that low defense value. He'll have a ton of damage reduction, but he'll be pretty easy to hit.
Well, yeah, but he has impervious and super senses that succeeds on a 4 through 6. So with that
Pervious.
telekinetic shielding trait, so he'll have two potential rollouts where if he rolls a 4, 5, or 6, he doesn't take anything, right?
Oh, non-adjacent. Yeah, if they're shooting at him.
Oh yeah, if they're shooting at him. Okay, so
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
you would just run up and hit him then.
Hmm.
But even then, he still has shape change too. He's got a lot of
Yeah,
rollouts.
yeah, definitely.
So, but I mean, I guess I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a tough character to. I mean, the low.
Yeah,
He
you're
does
still
have
gonna
a.
have to. It's not gonna die instantly. He'll be able to pack a punch for most of the game. So worth the 150 points.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Omega.
Mm.
So Omega is a really I don't know. Do you think? I mean, compared to the Vulcan Emperor Vulcan, who do you think is a better like one man army?
Mm. I want to say Vulcan because he's lower points and has Pulse Wave the whole dial. Just really depends on the type of figure you want to play. If I had to choose between, I'd still go Vulcan, but both have just different options based on what you want to do. She comes back to life. I don't think you did. Sure, numbers can go high later on. But if I had to pick, I'd still go Vulcan though.
Okay.
How,
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, um, she has great numbers. She's hard to
hmm,
kill. But so is Vulcan. So,
yeah.
um, I mean, she's got the outwit, which is good. Um, I mean, sometimes you don't
Yeah,
always want to
she's
use pulse wave. Sometimes like I mean,
yeah. It just depends on the type of team and attacker you want for the most part.
let's take a look at Waldo.
Yeah.
Where's
I
Waldo?
was skipping ahead to read them because I haven't read a lot of the super rares yet. I think he'll
So
be good for Starjammers.
yeah, so he's a Starjammer's taxi basically. Um, and uh, and he creates a Sikorsky bystander
Hmm.
who has support, I think. So he's got perplex. He's basically 40 points for support and perplex.
Yeah. Now, if you
Um,
remember from that rare we looked at, the guy with 18 defense and defend, uh, Waldo here also gives +1 defense to Starjammers within
oh,
4 squares. So you're paired together, all your Starjammers, if they're like clustered together within 4, and next to the pirate guy we looked at, they're at a 19.
yeah, that's good.
It could, that's yeah, could be fun. Don't know how good, but there's some good synergy there.
And let's
I
see.
think that yeah,
What were you
that
gonna say?
that's it for super rares, right?
Yeah, that's it for super rares. Now we're just on to the chases. and there
All
are
right.
6 left. So um,
Okay.
we have 6 pieces left. So first we have Old Man Phoenix.
Yep.
Okay, Old Man Phoenix is I mean we saw him in Scott Porter's unboxing. He can be played at 160 or 90, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and um, he heals a whole lot at the beginning of your turn. Roll a d6 and heal him half, which is really good.
Yep.
When an opposing character would be KO'd but isn't, after resolutions, give them an unwanted resurrection token. Characters with unwanted resurrection tokens can't heal, evade, or reduce damage. So
Yep.
that
So if
that
your opponent plays the Krakoan revival stuff, they can't use their super senses or damage reducer powers when they come back.
yeah, I mean like Immortal Hulk, it affects Immortal Hulk.
Yeah.
Things like that. So that's really good. He's got Charge Flurry, Blades through his whole dial.
Yeah.
Great values. Battle Fury, so you can't shape change out of it. Um, and Exploit Weakness. So you know, Exploit does not combo with Flurry though, right? So you
No.
have to
You have
either
to
pick
choose either or.
you choose either or, but that's still a good choice that you have.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very good. I don't think he's meta. Um, but he has 0 range. If he had some kind of a range, then maybe.
Yeah. Maybe the night. It depends on like how because this is the newest set. Depends what happens when stuff retires and if like undying teams become a or resurrection teams become a meta thing. You might see some play. Otherwise, he's just your big fun chase figure to play because the sculpt looks really cool.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, he primarily serves he charges flurries, and he's primarily there to stop an opponent from coming back to life by punishing them if they do. So
yeah,
I'd put him at Americano just because he's a chase figure and looks neat, and you want to. That's half the game is just playing figures that look cool.
yeah, yeah. I'll probably put him at a cappuccino or an americano because I mean
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
just a fun piece. Apocalypse, the Krakoan version, the
Hey,
A, A.
I love that the mutant formerly known as Apocalypse
Yeah.
for
so
all us old players.
so he's also very good. I think he's very good at 70 points. This is the one that I think um well no, I think the best chase is probably Krakoa, but
Yeah.
I think this might be like the second best um because he has he can get these crystal tokens so he can give out pick a power to
Hmm.
other adjacent friendlies. After a standard character's KO'd, you give him these crystal tokens, that's a really good ability. And also, he's just very hard to kill. Even at 70 points, I think
Yeah.
you have to knock him onto his stop. Then he immediately heals. Then you have to knock him onto his stop again, and then you have to hit him again. So you have to hit him 3 times. Plus, he's got cosmic energy and impervious, so he can possibly roll out, and he can't be outwitted. So
Yeah. And at 70 points, you could. He still has X Men keyword, and he's higher points than other Krakoan revival characters. So even if they do kill him, he could come back. They got to
right,
do it all again.
right, yeah. So yeah, I think he's very good for 70 points. I think
Yeah.
he's super good. Um, I mean, and also obviously his 160 point line is more of the one that you're gonna do for fun. I think.
Right.
Um, then you have Dark Britain. Dark
Yeah.
Britain.
Not someone I'm familiar with.
So
The sculpt looks neat.
it's Brian Braddock. So it is the same identity as Captain Britain, but I think
Hmm.
looks like just like a kind of like a dark version of him. Um,
Oh.
I don't know,
Alternate universe,
alternate
maybe.
universe type of thing.
Huh.
Um, so Dark Britain has Battle Fury. He can reduce penetrating damage. When Dark Britain is KO'd, choose a friendly character for the rest of the game. That character can use toughness, flying, willpower, and super strength, um, which is good if you're playing him at 30 points. Um,
Yeah, I was about to say the trait's still there at 30, so
yeah,
that's something.
and he has charge and flurry, and he's got Blaze Claw's fangs. Well, he
Yeah.
gets Blaze Claw's fangs on his second click onward. When Dark Britain hits after resolutions, choose one, remove an action token from him, or heal one click. If the target has the X-Men keyword, choose both. So he's like an X-Men killer.
Yeah.
He's a
I think
mystical.
you'll see some play at 30.
I think so too. I think he's probably Americano at 30.
Yeah. For just being able 30 points, you could send him into Charge Flurry, and if he dies, some other figure gets a benefit. So
Yeah, and then we
I
have.
wish he had X-Men team keyword so he could bring him back. Maybe that would be too broken though.
Oh, right, yeah. Although I'll bet that there is a team up card out there that makes Excaliburs into X Men. Maybe
Maybe.
you never know. Um,
All right, so your favorite chase is next.
yes, Krakoa.
Koa.
Okay. Um, at 125 points. I mean, I don't know if I would play him at 125. So at 100 at 40 points though, um, he still has a lot of the same powers. He's improved targeting, hindering, and blocking, and he does not destroy blocking when he targets through blocking. So he can just target
Yeah.
through blocking, like kind of like without without touching the map at all. And he's only got 2 clicks of life, but at the beginning of the game, generate 5 safe haven hindering terrain markers anywhere on the map, at least 5 squares from any starting area, um,
Hmm.
and each other. If friendly characters with the X-Men keyword that are adjacent to Krakoa or occupy one of the safe haven markers have power, place this character adjacent to Krakoa or in the square of one of his safe haven markers. Friendly characters with the X-Men keyword have improved movement hindering. So, that second part is just really good by itself. The first part
Yeah.
seems like you could do a lot of shenanigans with it. I know that like Adam and Micron follow around power actions, so you can give all your guys power actions and then to move somewhere in the map and then just Adam will follow them or something like that. So that's
Yeah.
something that I've seen people talk about. Um, Also, I just think that he's really good because he targets through hindering, he targets through blocking, and you can sit back with him and in-cap people, triple target in-cap people from 8 range um,
Yeah.
through blocking. And he can also smoke cloud because he has smoke cloud as free. And so he can smoke cloud through blocking. Um,
He's a really good 40 points, I feel.
yeah.
He's going to fit on a lot. Especially if because he can come back to life too. Pair it with the revival.
Yeah, and he's got poison and he's got support. You know,
Yeah.
he can come back to life. Um, what's another trait? When an opposing character within range uses Outwit, Perplex, or Probability Control, Krakoa can use that power until the end of your next turn.
Yep.
That's really good. So he gets another
Yeah, just
support
hide him
power.
behind some walls
Yep,
within range of a prob piece, and now he has prob and in cap.
yep. That he can target through
Pretty
blocking.
good.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. Definitely one that I say espresso. He'll make it on some team. I don't know what yet, but it'll be seen somewhere.
Yeah. Um, and the last oh no, there's 2 more.
Two.
There's 2
Yeah.
more chases. So we have Rasputin. Okay, Rasputin is 125 points or 65 points. Um, she moves through blocking, hindering, and characters. Um, she has that mutant chimera trait. This is a typo.
Should be attack, right?
No, it says
Oh,
no. It's damage turns to a 4, not a 12.
okay.
It's so
So what's to say?
I think her I think it's this turn that character's damage value becomes 4. I'm pretty sure that's what
Oh,
it is.
okay.
Yeah.
So what's to say? 12 damage. That's what? Excuse me. Hello?
um, but when another character uses the X-Men team ability to heal Rasputin this
Hmm.
turn. Okay, so yeah, but giving a character 4 damage is really good, you know.
Yeah.
So that I think she's got the best of the mutant chimera um, healing powers that she has of the
Yeah.
different characters to have those. Other than that, she has ESD and super senses, and she can choose a side of the square that she occupies and make those lines of fire blocked through that square. Um,
Wow.
she's a generally good piece. Charge, blades, exploit. Nothing bad to say about her, but I think she's a cappuccino for me. Uh,
Same. It's not a chase I'd be super excited to play, but she's not bad. It's just there's there's better ones that your people are gonna want instead.
yeah, and then binary at
Hmm.
175 or 100. And binary, her trick that she can do is that when she KOs an opposing character, she can use Pulse Wave at no cost as if she occupied the square of the KO'd character last occupied. So,
Hmm.
and she's got Prob and she's got Hypersonic and Pulse Wave on her first click.
Hmm.
Um,
That could be a fun combo if you can line up pulse waves to single target that way, because then it could just keep happening, right?
yeah. Now I was imagining
No,
that
it's once per turn when
was
she
once per
KOs,
turn.
so
Yeah.
it can't. So it's a one turn thing.
But even
Never
still,
mind.
you would probably want to try to do it single target, but
Yeah,
that would be a little hard to do. I imagine. I don't know.
yeah. Hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't.
same as my opinion. Same as Rasputin. Like it's fine. I'm not sure what makes this chase level. It's a fine figure on its own. It's just cooler stuff. The values are good though. Hypersonic 4 damage. I just wish that started running shot. Well, maybe not, because the trade is the pulse wave. Huh. Yeah, I
So
don't know my take on her yet. 175 points feels like a lot, but she's not bad.
this has been the end of the House of X set review. We just finished part two um, of the House of X set review, where we reviewed the rares, super rares, and chases. Devon Adams from Happy Little Heroclix and myself. If you haven't checked out episode one or part one of this House of X set review, go back and make sure to do that. Where Devon from Happy Little Heroclix and myself, and also David Colon, aka Mr. Clixo, the three of us tackle the commons and uncommons from the House of X. So if you haven't seen part one, go back and watch that, and make sure to like and subscribe. Um, Greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to follow the link tree found in the description of this video. Enjoy. Oh, and don't forget, wake up and smell the clicks.